Hi, Mystics. This is Prophetess T, and I'm coming to you with a story time. As you see in the title, Kamala Harris. But what I want to talk about is what she represents to my age group. For us who are, I'm going to say 56 to 65, to our age group. She represented the final piece of the experiment. And what I want to say it like this. She represents the final piece of the experiment. Because we were raised to be independent, to have our own stuff, to raise our kids, to go to college, to get through the hard times. We were raised by both white women and black women. In some cases, mostly black women. In my case, in my personal story, I was raised with black women at church and in my family life, and I was raised by white women at school. I got my first library card. It was a white woman. She told me I used to sit after school. I remember this when I was like in the 5th grade, and I used to stay after school and put books on the shelf at the library. This woman gave me my first book. I read that book until I was almost 20 years old. I would go back and read it and go back and read it. I remember as a child, 6th grade, I would stay after school and I would sit on the librarian's chair. You know, the real tall librarian's chair. I would sit, that's how little I was. I would sit there, eat my graham crackers, and drink my Sunny Delight. Yeah, they had Sunny Delight back then. It was different, but they had it. And then after I got done going through the books and putting the books on the shelf, I would go home and open up my book, that one book from the library, and read that one book. It would come full circle. I would be a nanny first, and then a librarian second, a children's librarian. Full circle. I could bring my kids to work. Bring my kids to work. I would open up the library and close the library. I got yelled at one time, because I didn't want to walk my kids in a snowstorm. I'll never forget it. This lady yelled at me for not wanting to bring my kids out in a snowstorm. I worked there for 5 years. 5 years. Raised my kids while my mother babysitted my kids. Went to college. Highly educated. I thought that we had this election. We were so happy. We were so full of hope. We were going to do it for everybody. And when they told me white women didn't vote for her, when I see that the young ladies, didn't like her, they didn't trust her. Why didn't you trust her? Because she had on a suit, and what makes it so bad, Only certain people will know this. Only certain women will know this. When we were growing up, when we went to church, we had to have our shoes, our stockings, our girdle, our bra, and a slip, and a skirt or a pant. We wasn't even allowed to wear pants. And a blazer and a blouse. You know what? I'm not mad at Kamala, but you know what? The one thing I irritates me about Kamala is that she wore those blouses that I wore when I was growing up. I had to get a white one, a black one, a blue one, a green one. I had to be dressed to the hilt. I had to have my hair done. Back then they wouldn't allow you to wear too much makeup. So she represented what I was as a child growing up. Because we all had to do that. And for it's not even about who didn't vote for her. It's like black men act like they never saw their mother struggle. That they didn't see their mother go to school. They holding it against us. That we had to go to college to get ahead. That we had to go to college to do what we had to do. We had to have 3 jobs, go to college, feed y'all for one shirt that you possibly could wear to school. And you hate us for it, in my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm upset right now. I'm still upset. It's Friday. I gotta get over it. I gotta move on. I am so tired. And this is what this lady said in another video. I am so tired of giving and giving and giving. I can take care of your parents. I can take care of your kids. I can cook for you, clean for you. As a highly educated person, that's all you relegate me to do. I have seen white women have sex with their boss and move up. I'm not saying that black women don't do it either. But I'm saying, but a black woman, she always has to have an education. A better education than everyone in the building, and she will never move up. So I can understand why black women, you cannot understand how black women feel when every time they turn around, they get the more education. They wear the suits and the ties and whatever time period they are in, they always wear a suit. And when it comes down to it, they don't get the accolades that they are supposed to get. How long do you think that the ancestors and the elders that came before us is going to let you get away with that? And that's why I'm here, because I'm letting you know they're not going to let you get away with that. It's not going to be pretty. Donald Trump, I'm not worried about Donald Trump, because God has got this. God's got this. But what I am going to say right now this is definitely for entertainment purposes only. This is for all you women out there who married a black man after the mass deportations take place, and they tell you, like they putting it on your phone, that you need to go to a plantation. When they tell you that you got to go on the farm, when you just came from, when you grew up on the farm, when you whited a town, a whole town, you whited a town. And if you don't know what it is, look it up. When you white a town, you take every black person out of the town. You suck all the opportunities out. Because then you put migrants on the farms, but you want black people to come back to the farm? How is that going to work? When your husband has to go back to the farm, I am not racist when it comes to say this. Are you white women going to go with him? I'll wait. What is the answer going to be? Put it in the comment box. I need to know. If they tell your husband to make your husband go down to the farm, your black husband and your black kids, are you going with him? And that's all I have to say. That's my rant. That's my rant. I have another rant, and I will be back. And I will see you guys in a few minutes. Bye.
You